The chicken ran toward a small table outside a house and jumped over it. "Come back here!" Chisom shouted. She tried to grab it, but she missed. "Hey!" Ifenna laughed again. "This chicken is stronger than you. Stop talking and run." Chisom snapped. The chicken headed toward the busy part of the street, where people were walking and talking. Chisom gasped. "If it gets there," she said, "everyone will see me." The chicken clucked loudly and ran even faster. It looked back once, then disappeared around the corner. Chisom stood by the kitchen door, frowning. The smell of jollof rice, fried meat, and peppery stew filled the air as her mother, Ebube, moved around like a superhero chef. Aunt Ifenna chopped vegetables on the side while Ifenna, her younger brother, sat on the floor peeling onions, grumbling the whole time. "Chisom!" Ebube called, her loud voice cutting through the noise of the bubbling pots. "Come here." Chisom dragged her feet across the kitchen tiles, knowing her mother was about to give her work. Ifenna looked up and smirked. "Better you than me," he whispered, sticking out his tongue. "Chisom," Ebube said, pointing a wooden spoon at her. "I'm putting you in charge of the Christmas chicken. Make sure you feed it, and don't let it escape." Chisom blinked. "Me? Why me? Ifenna is right there. He's not doing anything useful, eh?" Ifenna shot up, waving an onion at her. "Me? Not useful? Who is crying here because onions are too strong? Look at my eyes." "Enough, you two." Ebube snapped, narrowing her eyes at both of them. "Chisom, you are older. You are more responsible." "Responsible," Chisom muttered under her breath. "I only became responsible when Ifenna was born." "What did you say?" Ebube asked, raising an eyebrow. "Nothing, Ma," Chisom replied quickly, forcing a smile. "Good." Ebube's voice softened as she wiped her hands on a kitchen towel. "That chicken is very special. It is our Christmas tradition. Tomorrow, we will roast it, and everyone will enjoy it together." "It's just a chicken," Chisom mumbled. Aunt Ifenna, who had been quiet, looked up from her vegetables. "Chisom. Don't say that. This chicken is not just any chicken. It's Christmas food. Food that brings family together." Chisom sighed and followed her mother and Aunt Ifenna to the backyard. The sun was bright, and the air smelled like dry leaves and fried oil from someone's kitchen nearby. Ebube stopped by the small wooden chicken coop and pointed. The chicken was fat, round, and loud, flapping its wings and clucking like it had something important to say. Chisom stared at it, unimpressed. "You see," Ebube said with pride. "It is healthy and ready for tomorrow." Chisom squatted and stared into the coop. "It's looking at me funny, like it knows what will happen tomorrow." The chicken clucked loudly, and Chisom jumped back. "Stop scaring the chicken," Ebube said with a laugh. "Just feed it some grains this afternoon, and everything will be fine." Chisom watched as her mother and Aunt Ifenna walked back into the house, chatting about tomatoes and pepper. Ifenna peeked his head out of the kitchen door and shouted, "Chisom, say hi to your new best friend." Chisom ignored him and sat beside the coop, poking a stick through the wooden frame. The chicken flapped its wings again, almost as if it was mocking her. "You're lucky," Chisom whispered to the chicken. "Tomorrow, you'll be the center of attention. Everyone will eat you, and people will forget I even looked after you." The chicken clucked again, louder this time. "Don't look at me like that," Chisom said, narrowing her eyes. "I'm not the one who decided your fate." Her stomach growled. She thought about how crispy and golden the chicken would look on the table tomorrow. Her mouth watered just thinking about it. Maybe just a little taste wouldn't hurt. The afternoon sun shone brightly in the backyard. Chisom sat on a small stool beside the chicken coop, swinging her legs back and forth. Inside the house, she could hear pots clanging and voices talking. Everyone was busy preparing for Christmas. She poured some grains into a small bowl and pushed it into the coop. "There," she said. "Eat and be happy." The chicken pecked at the grains and clucked loudly. "Why are you shouting?" Chisom asked. "I'm the one suffering here." She rested her chin on her hands and watched the chicken closely. It was big. Very big. Its feathers looked clean and smooth. "This chicken will taste very good," she thought. Just then, Ifenna ran past the backyard, kicking his football. "Chisom," he shouted. "Why are you sitting with the chicken like it's your friend?" "It is my friend," Chisom replied. At least it doesn't disturb me. Ifenna laughed. Better don't eat it before tomorrow. Oh. Mummy will beat you. I won't. Chisom snapped. Ifenna grinned and kicked his ball again. I'll be watching you, he said before running off. Chisom folded her arms and frowned. See this boy, she muttered. He thinks he knows everything. Her stomach suddenly made a loud sound. Chisom froze. She looked around, hoping no one heard it. Oh no, she whispered. Why now? She held her stomach and sighed. Breakfast felt like it was a long time ago. She could almost smell roasted chicken in her mind, hot, juicy, and crispy. She closed her eyes and imagined it sitting on a plate. Just one small piece, she whispered. Very small. The chicken lifted its head and clucked. Chisom pointed at it. Don't worry. I won't finish you. I'll just borrow you. She looked around the yard. No one was there. The kitchen door was closed. Everyone was still busy inside. Her heart began to beat fast. What if I roast it quickly, she thought. I can cut one part and put you back. Nobody will know. The chicken clucked again, louder this time. Shoo. Chisom said, placing her finger on her lips. Do you want to spoil my plan? She stood up slowly and bent closer to the coop. You won't even feel it, she whispered. I promise. She paused and looked toward the house again. No movement. No voices calling her name. Chisom took a deep breath. This is my chance, she said quietly. She reached for the coop door. Chisom stood very still for a moment. Her hand rested on the wooden door of the chicken coop. Her heart was beating fast, like a drum. Just small, she whispered. Very small. She opened the coop carefully. The chicken flapped its wings and tried to move away. Hey! Calm down, Chisom said. I won't hurt you much. She grabbed the chicken and hugged it tightly to her chest. The chicken struggled and made loud noises. Shoo! Are you mad? Chisom whispered angrily. Do you want everyone to hear you? She looked toward the house again. No one was coming. Quickly, she carried the chicken into the kitchen and closed the door behind her. The kitchen was quiet. Too quiet. Chisom placed the chicken on the table. Stay there, she warned, pointing her finger at it. The chicken blinked and tilted its head. Chisom turned to the counter and started gathering things. She picked salt, pepper, onions, and oil. I've seen Mummy do this many times, she said proudly. This will be easy. She hummed a Christmas song as she worked. Her confidence grew. This is going to be delicious, she said, smiling. Suddenly. Cluck. 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 Chisom turned around fast. Hey! I said stay there. The chicken jumped off the table. Crash. A bowl of onions fell to the floor and rolled everywhere. No, no, no. Chisom cried. The chicken flapped its wings and ran toward the kitchen door. Come back here. Chisom shouted. She dropped the salt and ran after it. But the chicken was faster. It pushed the door open and ran straight into the backyard. Aya! Chisom screamed. Stop running. The chicken didn't stop. It ran past the water bucket and kicked sand everywhere. At that moment, Ifenna stepped outside. What is going on? He started to ask. Then he saw the chicken. Chisom, he shouted, laughing. Why is the Christmas chicken running away? Don't laugh. Chisom yelled. Help me catch it. The chicken squeezed through the small space in the gate and escaped into the street. Chisom stopped and stared. Her mouth fell open. Her eyes grew wide. Oh no, she whispered. Mummy will kill me. Ifenna burst out laughing and pointed. Everybody, he shouted. Come and see. Chisom has released the Christmas chicken. Chisom felt her legs shaking. This is bad, she said softly. This is very, very bad. Then she took a deep breath and ran after the chicken. I must catch it, she said. Before Christmas is ruined. And with that, Chisom raced out into the street, not knowing that her small mistake was about to turn into the biggest chase the neighborhood had ever seen. Chisom ran as fast as her legs could carry her. There it is, she shouted. The Christmas chicken was already halfway down the street. Its wings flapped wildly as it ran, kicking up dust behind it. "Stop. Please stop," Chisom cried. But the chicken did not stop. It clucked loudly, as if it was laughing at her. Cluck cluck cluck. Chisom chased after it, her slippers slapping the ground. "Why are you so fast?" she puffed. "You're supposed to be food, not a runner." Just then, Ifenna came running behind her, still laughing. "Chisom," he shouted. "Is this a new Christmas game? This is not funny." Chisom yelled. "Help me catch it." Ifenna tried to block the chicken's path, but the chicken ran between his legs. "Ah!" Ifenna shouted as he lost his balance and fell into the sand. The chicken ran past a water bucket and knocked it over. Splash! Water poured everywhere. "Oh no!" Chisom cried. "Someone's bucket." The chicken flapped harder and ran faster. People began to come out of their houses. "Whose chicken is that?" a woman asked. "Why is it running like that?" another man laughed. Chisom felt her heart beat faster and faster. "This is bad," she whispered. "Very bad." The chicken ran toward a small table outside a house and jumped over it. "Come back here," Chisom shouted. She tried to grab it, but she missed. "Hey!" Ifenna laughed again. "This chicken is stronger than you. Stop talking and run." Chisom snapped. The chicken headed toward the busy part of the street, where people were walking and talking. Chisom gasped. "If it gets there," she said, "everyone will see me." The chicken clucked loudly and ran even faster. It looked back once, then disappeared around the corner. Chisom stopped for a second, breathing hard. She wiped sweat from her face. "I must catch that chicken," she said firmly. "Before Mummy comes back." Then she took off running again. The chase had only just begun. The chicken ran straight into the busy street. Chisom gasped. "Oh no," she whispered. "Not here." People were everywhere. Some were buying tomatoes. Some were carrying bags. Some were laughing and talking about Christmas. The chicken dashed between their legs. Cluck cluck. "Hey!" a woman shouted. "Whose chicken is that?" "It just ran over my tomatoes," another woman cried. "Sorry. Sorry." Chisom shouted as she ran after it. "Please don't be angry." Ifenna followed behind her, laughing and shouting. "Chisom. Your chicken wants to shop too. This is not the time for jokes." Chisom yelled. The chicken jumped onto a table full of peppers. Peppers rolled everywhere. Chisom reached out and almost grabbed it. Almost. The chicken slipped away and ran again. Just then, Uncle Ebube appeared. He was carrying a big bag and smiling as usual. "Ha!" Ebube laughed loudly. "Is today Chicken Christmas Day?" "Uncle Ebube!" Chisom cried. "Please help me catch it." Ebube dropped his bag and joined the chase. "Everybody," he shouted. "Let us catch the famous Christmas chicken." More children joined in. People laughed. Some clapped. The chicken ran under a bench and popped out on the other side. "Hey!" Ifenna shouted. "It's cheating." Aunt Ifoma suddenly appeared, holding shopping bags. She stopped and stared. "Chisom," she said slowly. "Why are you running after the Christmas chicken?" Chisom froze. "Auntie Ifoma," she panted. It escaped. Ifoma looked at the chicken, then at Chisom. "Escaped," she repeated. "From where?" Before Chisom could answer, the chicken ran again. Straight toward loud music and drumming. Boom. 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 Chisom's eyes widened. "Oh no," she whispered. "The Christmas parade." The chicken flapped its wings and ran faster. The crowd followed, laughing and shouting. "Catch it! Run, chicken, run!" Chisom felt like crying. "If that chicken enters the parade," she said, "I will die of shame." But the chicken did not stop. It ran straight into the colorful crowd. And everyone ran after it. The music was loud. Drums were beating. People were dancing. The Christmas parade filled the street with color and noise. And right in the middle of it all, the chicken ran in. Cluck. Cluck. The dancers jumped aside. "Hey!" someone shouted. "What is that?" It's a chicken, a child laughed. The chicken ran between the drummers, flapping its wings. Boom. Boom. Chisom pushed through the crowd. Sorry. Excuse me. Please move, she cried. Ifenna followed, waving his hands. That chicken belongs to us, he shouted. The parade announcer picked up his microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, he said, laughing, we have a special guest today. The crowd laughed louder. Our Christmas chicken, the announcer joked. The chicken suddenly jumped onto a big float covered with lights and shiny decorations. It stood there proudly, like a king. People clapped. Children cheered. Chicken. Chicken, they shouted. Chisom felt her face burn. Oh no, she whispered. This is the worst day of my life. Uncle Ebube laughed so hard he bent over. Chisom, he shouted. Your chicken is famous. The chicken flapped its wings and clucked loudly. Cluck cluck. It looked very happy. Chisom climbed onto the float carefully. Come here, she said softly. Please. The chicken tried to run again, but Chisom grabbed it tightly. Got you, she cried. The crowd cheered even louder. Yay! The announcer clapped. Let's give a big round of applause to the girl and her Christmas chicken. Chisom climbed down slowly, holding the chicken. People laughed and waved. Some even took pictures. Ifenna ran up to her. Sister, he said, grinning, your chicken just joined a parade. Don't remind me, Chisom groaned. She held the chicken close and walked away from the crowd. Her head was down. Her heart was heavy. She knew one thing for sure. When she got home, trouble was waiting. Chisom walked slowly back home. She held the chicken tightly in her arms. The chicken was quiet now, like it was tired from all the running. Ifenna walked beside her, still smiling. Chisom, he said, this is the best Christmas ever. Keep quiet, Chisom replied. I'm in big trouble. When they reached the house, the front door was open. Inside, Ebube stood in the living room. Her hands were on her waist. Ifenna stood beside her. They were not smiling. Chisom stopped. Her legs felt heavy. Mummy, she said softly. Ebube looked at the chicken, then at Chisom. Chisom, she said slowly, where did you take my Christmas chicken? Chisom swallowed. I was just feeding it, she said. Then it ran away. Ifenna raised her eyebrows. Ran away from where? She asked. Ifenna burst out laughing. Mummy, you should have seen it. The chicken entered the parade. Enough. Ebube shouted. Ifenna quickly covered his mouth. Ebube turned back to Chisom. You were told to look after the chicken, she said. Not to carry it around the whole town. I'm sorry, Mummy, Chisom said. Her eyes were wet. I was hungry. I wanted to roast a small part. The room was quiet. Ifenna sighed. So it is hunger that made you turn the whole town upside down, she said. Ebube shook her head. Chisom, she said calmly, Christmas is not only about food. It is about waiting, sharing, and doing things the right way. Chisom nodded slowly. I understand, Mummy, she said. I won't do it again. Ebube looked at her for a long moment. Then she said, put the chicken back in the coop. Chisom walked outside and gently placed the chicken inside the coop. Sorry, she whispered to it. When she came back inside, Ebube spoke again. Go and wash your hands, she said. We will talk later. Chisom nodded. As she walked away, she knew something important had changed. She had learned her lesson the hard way. Later that evening, the house felt different. The angry silence was gone. Soft Christmas music played from the radio. The Christmas tree lights blinked gently in the corner of the living room. Chisom sat quietly on the sofa, her hands folded on her lap. She was still thinking about the chicken and her mother's words. Then Uncle Ebube walked in, smiling as usual. Ah. Where is our superstar? He laughed. Chisom looked up slowly. Please, Uncle, she said. Don't laugh at me. Ebube laughed even harder. How can I not laugh? He said. Your chicken stopped a whole parade. Ifenna jumped up and started running around the room. Cluck cluck, he shouted, flapping his arms. Catch the chicken. Stop it, Ifenna. Chisom said, throwing a pillow at him. Everyone burst into laughter. Even Ifenna smiled. I have never seen a chicken cause so much trouble, she said. That chicken deserves a medal. Chisom couldn't help smiling. I didn't mean for it to happen, she said. I just wanted to eat. Ebube walked in from the kitchen, wiping her hands on a towel. She looked around the room. Everyone was laughing. She shook her head and smiled. So this is how you are enjoying my headache, she said. Mummy, Ifenna said, your chicken is now famous. Ebube sighed. Well, she said, since nobody got hurt, we can laugh about it now. She sat beside Chisom and put her arm around her. Next time, Ebube said gently, remember to be patient. Chisom nodded. I will, Mummy, she said. The family continued laughing and talking. The scary moment had turned into a funny story. And Chisom felt lighter. The next morning was Christmas Day. The sun shone brightly, and happy music filled the house. The smell of good food floated through the air. Chisom woke up early and smiled. Today felt special. In the kitchen, Ebube was busy cooking. Aunt Ifenna helped her, and Ifenna set the table. On the table sat the Christmas chicken, golden, shiny, and smelling very delicious. Chisom swallowed. She walked closer and stood quietly. Chisom, Ebube said, turning to her. Come and say the prayer. Chisom nodded. She closed her eyes and spoke softly. Thank you, God, for our family, our food, and for teaching us to wait and share. Amen. Amen, everyone said. They sat down to eat. Before taking her first bite, Chisom spoke again. Mummy, she said, I'm sorry for yesterday. I won't let my hunger spoil special moments again. Ebube smiled proudly. That's my girl, she said. Christmas is sweeter when we wait and enjoy together. Ifenna laughed and grabbed a big piece of chicken. Before Chisom starts running again, he joked, Hey. Chisom laughed. I've changed. Everyone laughed and started eating. The food tasted even better because they were together. As they ate, they talked about the chicken chase again. It jumped like this. Ifenna said, standing up. And ran like that. Ebube added, waving his hands. Chisom laughed until her stomach hurt. She looked around the table and felt happy. The crazy chase was now a funny story. A story they would tell every Christmas. Chisom smiled to herself. Next time, she thought, I will wait. And Christmas felt perfect.